Hell, I think the floor's still sticky from that. And that's not a euphemism either.
Customary stretch as we start the stream because it's become a thing now. But anyways, hello and welcome to the Part-Time Gamers, the gaming podcast for people with full-time lives. I'm Cyrenex, clocking in with my good friend 9 of 12.
Hi there.
And that one weirdo.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are.
Yeah, it's after Thanksgiving, so I'll tolerate all the Christmas stuff now. Yeah, I'm one of those. I
haven't even got to the Die Hard jokes yet.
Yeah, I'm one of those people. It's like, this is one area in my marriage that I have heavily conflict with my wife. She was the one who was like, she wanted to get Christmas decorations out early, and she like struggled to get like to the day after Thanksgiving. I'm the kind of person who's like, well, first of all, I don't really like decorations in general because they're just a hassle. But it's like seeing people put out Christmas decorations before Thanksgiving just irritates me.
I got a Lego Christmas tree this year. I'm good. $26 at Prime, man. Like, I'm happy to pay that up for Bezos to get his hair growth cream and fuel for his floating yacht.
As opposed to his not floating yacht?
One that runs on unicorn blood. Huh?
As opposed to his not floating yacht?
Yeah. That's the one. Yeah. That's the one where he literally attempted and he got shut down, which was kind of cute. I can't remember what city it was, Denmark, Netherlands, but it was somewhere in that part of Europe where the bridge, it was a bridge that came up, would not clear, something about it would not clear his super yacht. So he petitioned the city to change their bridge to accommodate his floating yacht that probably runs on unicorn blood. And they were like, no.
Yeah, no. No. Damn, I hate rich people. Anyway.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Just hate.
That's right, money. Unicorn blood.
Yeah. Also, Jess. Yeah, that is actually pretty funny, and that's probably the way I would do it ultimately. Is she says I didn't even take my Christmas tree down last year. It's been up all year round. Honestly, that's probably how I would do it. I would just dress the tree up for different holidays. I mean, it doesn't have to be a Christmas tree. It could be a Halloween tree.
I used to have that in Japan. I had a fake tree because they didn't really do real trees there. But I remember like taking off one year. I took off all the ornaments, and my wife at the time was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "It's Arbor Day.
Have a tree.
We're good."
One thing I want to do, and I found some ideas for it. I might want to try to pull this off, but they basically make it's like a flat wooden tree made out of 2x4s. But you can you move the each board over a little, so it's like this spiral.
Oh, that's cool.
I want to make one of those so that it's like it looks pretty cool once you have it all spiraled out and everything. Maybe put like lights on the outside of it or anything like that, so it's all like self-contained and like ready to go and everything. And when we're not using it, we can just kind of fold it flat, put it up against a wall or something like that. That's something I want to try to do. That would be about the extent of whatever decorations for Christmas I would do. Is just spiral the tree up and go from there.
My father's last Christmas tree was literally, they sold them. They probably still do in some form, but it was like $50. And I remember my sisters at the time who were not here were like, "You should get him a real tree." I'm like, "You should go play in traffic blindfolded." How about that?
I'm gonna get a real tree. I'm excited. We usually do, but haven't been able to the last couple, and totally looking forward to that again.
I miss them. I like the smell. I hate the vacuuming. But I got him the Charlie Brown tree that was just the stand-up twig. And when you put the bulb on it, it would curve and fall like in the show. And it was musical, and it would go, "Christmas time is here." And they gave me so much guff. And I turned to my dad. I go, what do you think? He was like, I love this thing. I'm like, I know you do. Oh, speaking of Christmas,
Oh,
here's
by the way, Cat.
Steve.
Hi,
Sutton
Steve.
Cat. Anyways.
Naughty list. I love you, buddy. You can hang back. Yeah. We're going to talk about games I know nothing about. It's going to be good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of those that I have not played a lot of these, but you know, we'll get to that. But yeah,
I've played a few.
yeah.
Cool.
Oh,
I've watched gameplay for several of these.
yeah. I mean, I've heard a lot about them. A lot about them. Yes. I can English
Man,
the
you
goodest.
got all the English today.
You have got the come get it thesaurus.
Yeah. It's been a week, and by a week I mean like a year. Uh, so, yeah, but I've gotten a lot of hearsay and you know, seen some stuff about a lot of these games. But yeah, so first of all, we haven't been on the air for a little bit, and that's mostly my fault. I got sick like the second week of November, and just my throat was just shredded for most of the month. So that's why we missed the last like 3 weeks. So I do apologize about that. We're all good. All three of us here again. So, you know, that's always a plus. And yeah, but I originally was going to try to get some interviews in that didn't pan out. But we have kind of a nice, like the time that of our show worked out really well for what we're going to be doing for this week and next week. Which might as well, go ahead and get to work.
Morning break is over. Morning break is over.
So we're going to be talking about the Games Awards, which they're supposed to be running on, I believe, Thursday is when they're supposed to be airing. And so we're going to be talking, today's episode is going to be about the pre-Games Awards discussion. You know, like what we're looking forward to, who we think will win, who we think should win, and, you know, just basically just do general discussion about what we think is going to happen during the Games Awards. And then next week, we're going to have our post-Games Awards show, where we're going to talk about basically what actually happened and what we were excited to see, who we were excited got the awards and all that jazz. So going to be a little bit looser discussion today. So, but I mean, we can start off with I think it's a little weird starting off with Game of the Year. 'Cause that's supposed to be like
say something
It's a little on the
really
nose.
weird about this list
what's that?
is I'm not seeing Peak.
Peak is
And
in
Peak
one
has
category.
been winning other game awards recently. And they have a thing on when you load the game. They're like, hey, do you think we're gonna wear a game award, or do we deserve it, tell the truth or something?
Well,
On their
there's
splash page right at the beginning.
there's the Steam Awards as well, which
Like
is
best
probably a big
multiplayer.
one.
There's like one.
Yeah.
In
I mean,
this Game Awards though, I expected more of a showing for that game.
I mean, yeah, there's well, that's the thing is this year is absolutely stacked with just ridiculous titles. I mean,
Yes.
I mean, like this
Yeah, it's been a year.
this year in particular has been crazy when it comes to the games that have come out. I mean, like any other year, like Silk Song would be no contest, would just win everything.
Yeah.
Any other year is like Hades 2, you know, just sweep everything. And they decided to come out the same year as Clair Obscur.
Which has, good God, like...
Yeah, Clair Obscur, I believe, has broken the record for most nominations in the Games Awards with, I believe, 13 nominations. 13 different categories. And frankly, if it'll be a thing if it gets less than 10. I honestly think it's gonna get close to, if not all, those 13 awards. But yeah, we can go ahead and start. Like I said, I think starting off with Game of the Year is a little anticlimactic. So we're going to start off with best game direction. So the nominees for best game direction are Claire Obscure, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Ghost of Yotai, Hades 2, and Split Fiction. I have played 2 of these games. I've played Split Fiction and I played Claire Obscure. I've heard really good things about Hades 2. I do not give a flying crap about Death Stranding. Never have. It looks
Yeah.
completely boring to me, and I don't think it should be on any of these awards. But that's my personal opinion. And Ghost of Yotai, I am completely indifferent about. I don't think anything's wrong with it. I don't really know anything about it. Yes, Jess, I know you have in fact played Split Fiction. I played with you.
You said bad things about Kojima.
I don't care.
Split
Well,
Fiction.
well, we had that one episode, and I talked at great length about like Konami as well as him, and I have played that game. And look, and I'll be completely honest with you, you're not entirely off the ball there. His games, I mean, just a master thinker of how he approaches these things, but they're all so vast into themselves. Where there are some parts I'm like,
Yeah.
I haven't used the controller in an hour.
Yeah.
Like, is it broken? And then
Yeah.
there are some where the gameplay is off the wall. And then there are some things that are so, like, for gaming itself, let alone how he approaches it. Like, I'm in tears. And my girlfriend's like, you're crying at a video game. I'm like, you go to Nickelback concerts. Like, we all have our faults, okay?
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people getting really, really emotionally invested in Claire Obscure. I think Heartstrings
Yes.
is a lot of it getting a lot of nominations. I mean, obviously for things like
Well-
narrative and direction.
I mean, we still have to. We ended up. We wanted to do body doubling Claire Obscure playthrough, which kind of fell through because that was also the day that my wife was very adamant on getting decorations up and just was having a rough day herself as well. So I had to cancel that to help her out that night. We still gotta get to that, but the
Split Fiction is
yeah,
it's
I mean-
really it's so great. It's so innovative. Um, definitely for multiplayer. I've watched a lot of that with different people doing it. People are baffled. It was kind of interesting. I was watching Scott Johnson and his daughter Carter playing it recently,
yeah,
and Scott couldn't conceive of like, how do you come up with this? And to me, knowing game developers and stuff, I'm like, I feel like I know exactly how this happened. It was a game jam, and everybody brought their own thing, and like they had this idea for a fantastic narrative to tie together any game you came up with. Like
yeah,
these 2 genres, like you do sci-fi and this half of the people do fantasy, and then because there's so many different styles and puzzles and combat, and it's like a game but they managed to tie it together into not being a bunch of slop, and it's
Yeah.
fascinating. I would love to play this, but I feel like I don't want to put anyone else through that. It's for I'm not a Twitch, gamer. I would not. I would just die and die and die, and we would never move forward. And I'm not putting anybody through that. So
No,
unfortunately, like
did you see me and Jess play?
I did, I'm telling you, you played games with me.
Yeah, I
Come
know.
on.
I know.
You would just take off on me
And
in peace,
that's
for God's sake.
that's
And I'm
not your
even
fault. I'm
that
sorry. That's
terrible
my
at
fault.
that.
But anyway, I think now when it comes to game direction, I mean, there's an argument to be made about Claire Obscure, just how fantastic a game it is in general. I think that if there's any real contender to that, it would be Split Fiction.
Yeah. I think the direction in that one is very, very important. Like
Yes.
that, you couldn't tie it together without
Yeah.
exceptional directorial work.
Yeah. And it's not just the integrating fantasy with sci-fi, and it's not just that element as well. It's also just like it jumps genres through its gameplay as well.
And the
And
pacing and keeping
Yeah.
the story on track without dragging all the time. Like the pacing is a big deal in
yeah.
that kind of thing to me, like it is with anything else. Like I just
Yeah.
finally watched Wicked. It was terrible. I'm sorry, everybody. The pacing was
Ah!
so bad. The pacing is so bad.
Wait, the first one or the second one?
The first one.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't watched either.
Well, they
so
didn't
I
need
don't
to
really
be
care.
3 hours because the actual play, the actual production is like 3.5, and that's in both parts. So there's a lot of padding, and oh yeah, even in the first one, like I'm sitting there singing half
To
the
be
time, but
invested,
like
but
from a pacing standpoint, it's a little bit like Death Stranding. It's so true though, and
Yeah.
as much as I love both Wicked and that game, I mean, and I've played that game extensively. Like of this list next to Doom: The Dark Ages, um, I've dabbled with a couple, but yeah, Death Stranding has moments where it's like, I'm gonna go get a pizza. Oh, you're gonna have it ordered? No, 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 no. I'm gonna go to the store, get the stuff to make the pizza, go make it here, bake it. Game will still be going. I don't have
Yeah.
to pause nothing.
And I don't know anything about Ghost of Yotei. It's funny because I remember it being announced.
Yeah.
And like, this would be really cool, but I'm surprised to see it here now because I feel like it. I haven't seen anything really since it dropped. Like, I feel like it didn't catch on. Is this a panel that put it here? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
They just needed to fill the list. Like, yeah, just
I
go
mean,
ahead.
no, there's some categories in here where it's like that's pretty obvious.
It
Oh,
feels that way. Yeah, that
yeah.
tracks.
Once we get later on. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. So I think in game direction, I agree that if there's, regardless of the category, Clair Obscur is going to be a contender. You know, it is phenomenal in so many different aspects. If there's any other contender in this category, I do think it'll be Split Fiction, because of what we've already said. Just so how much integration it has with different genres, different game genres. Story. The story is very well written, very surprisingly cohesive considering how many different directions they go. The gameplay is fun. It's actually
It
very
lets
intuitive.
you, yeah. Really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Next category is best narrative. This one, to me, there's not even a competition. It's Clair Obscur.
It's Clair Obscur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I have to say, yeah.
I mean
I mean, Silent Hill, if it were more, if it weren't more of the same, which it kind of is,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
um,
Which is
might have had a chance, but it just doesn't touch this really expansive new story.
yeah. I mean it's kind of difficult to be depart too far with a game that's a sequel in a series like that, like
Especially something
Silent
like
Hill.
Silent Hill, where
Yeah,
yeah,
where it's pretty well
there's certain
established.
things. If it wasn't there, yeah. What do you mean?
It's a
There's no
little
creepy nurse?
strange that they even put that in the best narrative category to me.
Yeah. Um. I mean, but yeah, to me, this isn't even a competition. It's got to be Clair Obscur. I don't see any world where this does not get the award for it.
Ghost of Yotei, I think we must be missing something. Like,
I mean, it's
it sure has a
it's
lot of nominations.
I mean, it's the offshoot, or it's the next stage from Ghost of Tsushima. So it's got that pedigree. Like I've seen some gameplay of it, and it does look pretty cool. I don't know anything else about it though. I mean, that's probably just more so on us. Just like I never got into Ghost of Tsushima, so I never really looked at Ghost of Yotei either. And like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, I don't want to play another Skyrim. I still have Skyrim that I've bought like 4 times already. So if I want Skyrim, I'll go play Skyrim. Why would I play? To me, it's like, why would I play a less magical version of Skyrim? So that hasn't really interested me. And also,
I definitely, I feel safe predicting Clair Obscur for this one.
yeah, it's especially since like I've played through all of the narrative. I'm not going to spoil any of it, but just to say that it is so intricate and so like the we got to play through it. We really do. I want to play through it again. It is just such an amazing story. Like the one part that I will kind of spoil, quote unquote, is it's the prologue. It's like literally the first like hour of the game, which is not a lot considering it's like can be up to like 60 to 90 hours depending on how much extra stuff you do. The way I'll describe the beginning, the prologue. Imagine if Thanos was in charge of the opening to Up. That's basically the prologue to Clair Obscur. That's where it starts. And it just goes from there. And the twists and turns and the things that it does on paper sound crazy. But the way that they do it, the way they integrate it into the story, into the game and everything is earned. Everything is just, it just works. So yeah, I don't think there's even a competition for this one. All right.
I have a good laugh when we get to, or if we breeze through best adaptation. I am saving it.
Oh, we'll get there. That's yeah.
And I think if you look at the list, which one I'm gonna have something to say about.
Oh yeah, the exact same one that I would.
I can't wait.
All right, best art direction. Nominations for best art direction is Clair Obscur, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Ghost of Yotai, Hades 2, and Hollow Knight Silk Song. Now this I think is another category where there might actually be some competition.
Yeah, this I could see being the one they give to Ghost of Yotai. I mean, it is really, really beautiful and stylized well, from what I have seen.
Oh, I do think that
the nostalgia for Hollow Knight stuff in art is is strong.
I mean, yeah, I don't know anything really about Ghost of Yotai. I personally, again, don't really care about Death Stranding. I have seen some footage, quote unquote gameplay footage of Death Stranding, and it does look pretty. I mean, it looks pretty good.
But I don't think it has the kind of technical achievement that you could give to the others.
Yeah.
Well, I also think Kojima, I kind of feel with a lot of the stuff on here, and this is just my 2 cents, being a fan of him. And it's so funny. He's all over social media, and he's like such a rock star. And it's like, don't you make games at some point? And that's kind of his motif. Yeah, that's kind of his bag. A lot of what he's done, I think, kind of supersedes it at this point because you expect a certain level of something. So him being there is like, okay, sure. But as far as like who should be winning, in a lot of cases, just my 2 cents. Sorry, Kojima.
Yeah.
It's not the game. And from my perspective, and you kind of mentioned Timber a little bit with Silent Hill, like with the first one, there's a lot of those same notes that's revisited, and a lot of it looks great. And he's got George Miller, the director of Babe and Mad Max series, in it, which you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And it's kind of more par for the course. And if you're kind of looking at like the excellence, it's like, well, yeah, of course he fits in there. But when you look at the games, and it's like, buddy, give someone else a chance. Like, go on Blue Sky.
Yeah. The 3 that I think have the biggest chance, the 2 other than Clair Obscur, is Hades 2. I mean, the artwork is really consistent. It's really good. Just the level of flash that they have with the animations, and I think is really good with Hades 2. And Silk Song it's all animated. It's all a very consistent artwork style. So I think those 2 have a really good chance in this category. I do think it's interesting.
I think when you're looking at a combination of design and technical achievement, that we're really still looking at either Clair Obscur being new or Ghost of Yotai being, different and new and having changed things. Like Hades, as much as I love that art style and Hollow Knight being so true to form with actually using, animation instead of digital, or whatever
Yeah.
computerized CGI type stuff, um, and whatever engine, relying on that for the art. As much as I respect that, again, they didn't do anything really new and different that would warrant this year's
True.
award compared to those other two or
Yeah.
three. Like a whole lot of sequels and then two new, two.
Yeah.
I mean, Ghost is technically a sequel, but it looks quite different.
Yeah. But I think it's funny that like Clair Obscur it is a game about art. That's like
Yeah.
so I don't know. Again, I find I see it's difficult to see other like it's difficult to see any world where Clair Obscur doesn't win most of these awards.
They're going to win a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. They might not win every single one they're nominated for, but they're probably going to, like I said, if they get less than 10, I would be surprised. And actually another one that I'd be surprised with is this next category, which is best score and music. If there is any one of these games where the real boss of the game is just getting past just sitting and listening to the music, it has been Clair Obscur. There have been so many streams where people are playing through the game and all of a sudden they just stop and just listen to the music and literally just stop everything they're doing for like 5 to 10 minutes and just jam out to the music. And it is so varied.
Yeah, a lot of really great stuff for the score.
And I should have pulled up the story behind this the orchestrator for Clair Obscur, but like the head of the company of the developers just like found some of his, like heard from like someone else, hey, there's this guy on SoundCloud, he sounds pretty cool, you should probably listen to him. Like literally he's just out of nowhere and is like scoring this just
both of them, because there's two creators listed.
Actually on the I don't know who the other one is.
Laurent Testard and Alice Duport-Piercier, French musicians, a composer, guitarist, and a soprano singer.
Okay, yeah, they only have Laurent Testard listed on their website. I pulled this off of
it's right in the notes where you put
I know.
best score. Okay.
I didn't copy it directly from their official website.
This is what they're known. The one was a guitar teacher. And so it must be Testard you're talking about because he kind of invited the lyricist in.
Yeah, the Laurent Testard was,
and then they created these together.
Yeah, but it's just absolutely insane. Like the kind of like they have a bunch of different sounds, bunch of different genres of music that they incorporate into the game, and seriously, you could just get lost just in the music. As like and it's kind of funny though, because from what I've heard, most of the lyrics are in French. I mean, Sandfall is a French company in general, so a lot of the lyrics of the songs are in French. And if you like, for an English speaker who doesn't know any other languages, it just sounds really cool. You don't know what they're saying, but it just sounds really cool. And if you actually know French, they're basically spoiling the rest of the game. They're just like, the lyrics are literally just like, this is what's going to happen for the next 40 hours of the game. So it's
that's
it's
a
kind
very
of funny.
French thing to do. I mean, it tracks.
Yeah, it's like apparently the French lyrics are kind of on the nose. It's like what's happening, but it just sounds so epic. Like you get into a boss fight, and it just I don't even know how to describe it other than just it sounds just epic. So and that again, it's amazing. It's like of all the years to have all of these great games come out. And it's like we've been waiting, like, well, most people have been waiting for like what 7 years for Silk Song to come out, and it comes out the same year as Clair Obscur, and it's probably going to get squashed in a bunch of awards because of it. Oh,
Somebody at the board was like, "We had to pick now, huh?"
Yeah. I mean, it reminds me of like Titanfall's release, because Titanfall
Yes.
released like it is still to this day such an amazing shooter. It's one of the best shooters I've ever played, and it got just almost complete flop because it came out in between like what it was like a Call of Duty and a Battlefield or something like that year. I don't even remember what game. Like it came out between two bigger, quote unquote, bigger titles, and just got lost in the shuffle, which is a shame because again, it's such an amazing shooter. But anyways, yeah, this is another one. Like I know that Hades has good music, but I don't remember Hades for its music. Oh,
I know that if I play Hades, although I haven't played Hades 2, I've just watched like Travis play it and stuff.
I haven't got a chance to play Hades 2 yet either.
But I still go back to the other one. I really like it, and if I play it, I wake up the next morning with this music in my head.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes me want to go play it again. So it does that job.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's weird. It doesn't do it for me. It's like I've played quite a bit of the original Hades. I don't remember any of the music. I've played a lot of Clair Obscur. I remember a lot of the music.
Yeah.
So to me, that's the biggest
and just
thing.
Scoring, like if you understand composition and scoring, it just is head and shoulders above.
Yeah.
The other games in that respect.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm a little bit of a nerd about that kind of stuff.
Nice. All right, our next category, a little bit different. Best audio design. Oh, so this I do think is one that could go to something other than Clair Obscur. Oh, now the audio design for Clair Obscur isn't bad, but compared to the music, and music and audio design are two completely different things.
Yeah.
Oh, this is more like the sound effects, like how, does whatever you use actually sound like what it's supposed to?
Yeah. And this is the kind of thing that it gives something like Silent Hill or Battlefield a shot because it's so integral to the gameplay. If that part is done well, that's the important thing. And it's that's a tricky thing to do.
Yeah.
The actual
Yeah.
design to where it is in your headphones, because it's your spatial awareness is depending on it.
Yeah.
So these other games have a good shot for that particular category.
Yeah. And I the ones you mentioned, Battlefield and Silent Hill Silent Hill Elf.
I play that game.
I play that.
That is
Wouldn't that be great?
That is the Christmas DLC.
Unseelie bastards.
That would be awesome. Like, it's all scary and freaky, and then you expect the nurse, and then it's like Will Ferrell's Buddy the Elf. It's like,
That is a horror movie to me.
Dick!
Yeah.
Yeah, I could just see that, Like when he goes in, when he goes downstairs in the mailroom, like it's all creepy, like Silent Hill. Everybody's looking at me weird, and it smells funny in here, and they all want to hurt me.
Yeah. Anyways, Silent Hill F, I think does have a pretty good shot at this, because it's in the horror genre, and a very integral thing for a lot of horror games is the audio design. It's like, if you can nail the audio design, that immediately ramps up the horror elements.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And Battlefield 6, that's a lot of the spatial awareness, like having the directional sounds of like bullet sounds and that kind of stuff. I think that's important for that kind of game as well. So yeah, I think those might actually have a better chance than Clair Obscur in this category. Not to say that the audio design for Clair Obscur is bad, but it's just, it doesn't really, like, you don't really need the spatial awareness like you would in Battlefield 6. It doesn't have the horror elements of Silent Hill F, so the audio design isn't as integral for the game.
Battlefield 6, I can definitely tell you firsthand because, of course, my son was like, "Yeah, Dad, you were in the military. Want to play a war game?" It's like, sure. But that sound design, and you hit it on the head, especially with those type of games. Not like Call of Duty. The sound has to be immersive because it's meant to be that type of experience, almost.
Yeah.
And you have to get
Simulation-like.
really creative with your sourcing. Like, I don't know how much they
Yes.
use digitizing or actual Foley work, but it's so there's such a like you can't keep using the same explosion and the same gunshot.
And there isn't.
Yeah.
It's insane how
Because,
much
yeah.
they were able to, having dealt with gunshots,
Because
like
where you are and
just
what it
because it's
hits.
a
Yeah.
repeater doesn't necessarily mean it works exactly the same way every time. It does not.
Yeah.
And they were able to, I mean, I have to say, for that type of game, and I've played some of the previous ones, this one is extremely well done and it's getting a great following, and I think it deserves it, even though it's not necessarily my cup of tea. I mean, it's been a time since the last one, so I think they really got it right. They checked the boxes, they knew what they were doing, and they made it happen. I could see it taking sound design.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely agree with that. So next category, best performance. 3 of these are from the American version of Clair Obscur. So, yeah, Ben Starr, Charlie Cox, Jennifer English, all for their performances in Clair Obscur. Arika Ashii, I probably butchered that, and I apologize. I am a dirty American. For Ghost of Yotai, and Konatsu Kato for Silent Hill F, and Troy Baker for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Again, for me, it's difficult to see a non-Clair Obscur voice actor winning. Just because of the performances the voice performances they had. I mean,
I feel like this is Baldur's Gate 3 all over again. In
Yeah.
that respect.
Yes.
Yeah.
With how invested everyone is in these characters because the performances were so spot on and
Yeah.
people are attached to it, and then it's they're gonna clean up pretty good here, I think.
and I do think it's funny how Charlie Cox, like he's already said this. Like if he ends up winning this, he's going to give it to the mocap actor.
Yes.
Because
He's been great about
Cool.
I did 4 hours of work here.
Yeah, and he's still from the last thing I heard about him, he still hasn't even played the game. He hasn't got a chance to play the game yet. So he doesn't even actually know how his performance is in the game.
Right.
He just knows he feels like he's said in interviews in the past, people are keep on complimenting me on my art, my voice performance and everything. He's like, I spent 4 hours in a sound booth. That's all I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And he goes, the animators and, performance, he goes, a lot of that's not me. My name's
Yeah.
there, great. I'm 5%.
yeah. That being said, I do think his voice performance in the game was amazing. And what's so impressive about another thing that's impressive, I should say, about Clair Obscur is most of the lines that they actually put into the game are the first or second take of the performances.
Oh wow.
I mean, it was, and another, I recently saw a video where one of the game directors, there's a certain part where 2 of the characters are talking, and one of the characters finishes the sentence of the other character. So there's actually overlapping dialogue and stuff, and it feels of a lot of games I've played, Clair Obscur, the dialogue in Clair Obscur is the one that feels the most human. It's not necessarily, and it's because of the subtle imperfections that people normally have when they talk. I've already demonstrated multiple of them in this short conversation. But it's overlapping dialogue, finishing each other's sentences, that kind of stuff. That's things that people do when they're talking to each other. And they do that in this game. And it feels human. It feels real. And part of that like that one in particular, it was the mocap actor that actually did it. Oh, it wasn't the voice actor. It's difficult to like for me, because I haven't really seen or had heard the performances of the other three options. Honestly, I think the weakest of
Yeah.
all of these is Troy Baker. I mean, his performance could have been great, but he's basically doing an impression of
Harrison Ford.
that one. Yes, I don't know where my brain went for a second there. Uh,
That's no small feat, though.
I mean,
With
Yeah,
that's
no, he's
true, but
great,
it's
and the
not.
game is
freaking
great too.
iconic.
Well, yeah, but
Yeesh.
it's iconic, but it's still following someone else. It's trying to be someone else.
He's great in it, and the
I don't
game is
think he's
great. I actually
imitating
really enjoy
though, because I watched some interviews with him about it and watched some footage of it, and like it has an homage, but there is enough of a difference.
Yeah.
It's like a fine line he's walking.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna like have your haters,
Oh yeah, and
because it's not Harrison Ford. But man, he walked that line really, really, really well, and still kind of bringing it to a new generation without stepping on the the legacy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think he did great. And at one point, he should just look at the camera and go, "It's not about aliens like that one movie, okay?
Oh, gee.
You're
I
fine."
refuse to acknowledge that movie's existence.
I like that movie. It was the one after that where they did worse.
Agree to disagree, I
It's
guess.
just me. Indeed. I know
Indeed,
people,
yes.
believe it or not, that think that I know one person, I kid you not, that thinks Raiders of the Lost Ark is a terrible. What are you doing? Terrible movie.
Apparently, that's who thinks that it was a terrible movie. Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, this is happening, whether we
Some
like it or
cat.
not. Miss Sarah,
Yeah.
Miss Sarah Bell, come here, sweetie. Oh, yep,
Hell.
It's
come here, you.
difficult for me to like decide on which of the three Claire Obscure ones would has done the better performance, because I think all three of them did really good performances. I mean, all three of them have such strong emotion, just in their voice. It's like you can tell that it's honestly, of the three, I'd probably have to say Jennifer English. Oh, and almost just for the breadth of her performance, because she's her character is just a constant character in the game. Oh, right. So she's the one that has probably the most lines of all three of them. Oh, her character has a lot of also carries a lot of the emotion in the game. So of the three, I would probably go with Jennifer English. Not to say that Charlie Cox or Ben Starr, that their performances were bad. Theirs were phenomenal as well. But I think Jennifer's character carried the most emotion throughout the entire game. That's my argument.
Okay.
All right. Next category, which we can talk about or not, because I have not played any of these games. Innovation in accessibility. Recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. And from what I have heard about these, it's almost all PR speak about just like,
right.
we've developed these features to help people play the game better. Cool.
I've seen but I have seen a lot, and I'm not familiar with this South of Midnight game in particular, but I did see a whole lot about Xbox Game Studios doing a lot this past year with accessibility, with different controllers and game features. Like, I know they have really been on the cutting edge of that.
Okay. Yeah,
Like there's a documentary about it that I saw early in the year.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
something that I find very interesting.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't speak to any of these. I have not played or seen really anything from any of these games. Uh, I mean, accessibility is awesome though. I mean, just
Yeah.
make it available. Like figure out ways to make it available to as many people as possible. That's not just you know, it's not even necessarily altruism to do that, but just like also you sell more games that way. It's good business sense. Just
They tried that with that Suicide Squad game.
yeah,
Kill the Justice League. That went over like a fart in church.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
When you mentioned that made up category in Discord earlier, that was going to be my answer, even though it's like 3 years old now.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Like it was so bad, they'll
it's like
remind
it's
you how
still
bad
that
it
bad.
was, but like, yeah, let's award it for how crampy it is. And by the way, it was 3 years ago. And
Yeah,
guess what? That stink is
it's still
still
there.
there after
Yeah.
3 years.
Yeah. Although arguably Concord might overtake it. Oh, but you can't even play that game now. So yeah.
Yeah. It's so bad the developers are like, look, we're not going to do this to you.
Yeah. It's
We're
like we're
sorry.
just gonna.
You're sorry. Everybody's
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, yeah. All right. Next category is games for impact, and this is another category that I have absolutely no idea what's going on. I have heard of 2 of these games and have not seen gameplay on anything. Oh, so I cannot. Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. Yeah, I got nothing.
Well, it didn't impact any of us. They might have failed. Dead him off the awards.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know that I'm pretty sure. Oh, yeah,
I'm looking at stuff about it. This looks really interesting to me, but I'm a bleeding heart liberal, so take that as you will.
Yeah.
It's a young woman in the American South, Deep South, discovers she's a weaver after a flood, and trying to heal spiritual wounds, and finding her missing mother after the flood.
Oh wow!
Oh, this would probably make me cry a lot after. So, I live right next to where Hurricane Helene hit real hard. So,
yeah.
And did a lot to help with that. And I'm so excited now that Rob has a job. Like our anniversary is on the 20th. And by the way, I may not be able to do the show that week because we're going to go to Asheville overnight because we can and support that rebuilding of that community by going to our favorite city where these businesses are like getting their shit back together.
Yeah.
So, this I imagine to be very emotional, and it's kind of about healing a lot of wounds in a very divided society right now. So that's super interesting to me. I could only guess Consume Me is going to be about consumerism.
I would hope
South
so.
of Midnight looks like the most interesting thing to me.
I mean, I remember I'm pretty sure we saw a trailer for Wanderstop. I think it might have been last year's Games Awards. I honestly don't remember exactly what it was. I can't really speak to any of these.
I'm surprised to not see another like animal rescue thing after how popular Stray was a couple years ago. I kind of expected that trend to continue for like social impact games, and I'm surprised there's not really any of those.
Yeah,
but Wanderstop's apparently a cozy game.
I mean, it gave off that vibe at first, but also they were alluding to there being something more sinister in it. if I recall.
It's a narrative-centric cozy game about change and tea.
I don't know.
Wow.
I'm just like, this is just a vague memory from like a year ago, but
Yeah.
I remember it seemed kind of
is-
interesting when we saw the preview or the trailer for it last year, but then it flew out of my brain.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what wins and maybe try some of them.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be another thing. All right, next category, best ongoing game. Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, Marvel Rivals, and No Man's Sky. Specifically, award to a game for outstanding development of an ongoing content that evolves the player's experience over time.
I think Final Fantasy is going to take this.
I don't know. From what granted, I don't play I've actually played 4 of the 5 games in here. From what I've heard, which can be what you take it as you will, the last expansion hasn't been necessarily as popular as previous ones. I think it was the initial expansion was okay, but a lot of the like patch content afterwards been kind of so.
I think the only problem where it wouldn't win is if because it came out in like January. Like it came out right at the beginning of 2025. And all the people I know and watch that do play Final Fantasy were like really, really into it. And extolling its virtues and very excited about it and not disappointed in it. But like that kind of game, after a while, you kind of taper off. You've done what you can, or you finished it, and now we're at the whole end of the year, and it could lose some points for that, basically. But I don't think it was a disappointment in any respect, especially compared to Fortnite is right there. Fortnite, I feel like, I mean, it still is a big player base and everything, but they just went everywhere. Like, hey, you want to get in bed with me? To every IP that is, and just
pretty much
screwed around with everything and spawned all the things. And I don't know that is an award-winning strategy. It's a money-making strategy.
Yeah, they have like everything. Like
they
who sat there and was like, "Hey, let's put this as Spinal Tap in here," and it's like,
why not? I mean, they had racist Vader in there, so.
They did. They actually are going to have a storyline and characters from One Battle After Another, that Leonardo DiCaprio movie, and it's like, oh yeah, because the Fortnite set saw that movie.
It's like, does Epic also own freaking Magic the Gathering at this point? Like, because they're doing the same. What the hell is happening? Like, there's what Avatar, and there's. What was the other one I saw coming out?
I'm just waiting for like Steel Magnolias to show up. I'm like,
yeah,
like it's
Golden
like
Girls,
it's gotten to the
Golden
point.
Girls Fortnite. I mean, that I might play.
I would play Murder She Wrote Fortnite to be like, all right, Jessica, lay them out.
Yeah,
everywhere you go, somebody dies. Lay them out.
Welcome back, Cotter kids in here.
Just Murder She Wrote with bullets. Anyway. All right.
Well, Jessica got enough people killed in the show.
But you were really into Helldivers, right?
Yeah. Best ongoing, like for the description that they have in this. Helldivers 2, I think, is really strong. I personally, if it was me, it'd go to No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
Yeah. Just because they have done so much stuff that has completely changed the experience for the players over the years. So I think of the games in here where, specifically ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time, I think that's mostly No Man's Sky. Helldivers 2 has done some events and stuff, but it's still basically the same game. No Man's Sky, I think, has done the most.
Because they got Murder She Wrote in there. That's why. They need to get with the program.
Yeah. All right. We are actually getting pretty close to showtime, but so we can try to kind of quickly go through some of these ones. Some of them are kind of obvious to me.
Oh, Final Fantasy. That was the other thing I was trying to think of. Magic the Gathering is doing Final Fantasy cards.
Yep. Yeah, they did Final Fantasy, which was really successful. They're going to be doing another set of that, I believe, in the future. They did Spider-Man, which bombed horribly.
Yeah, Spider-Man. Oh my god, stop.
And they've done a couple other ones. But best community support, I personally recognize the game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game updates patches. I personally think this should go to Helldivers 2. I'm on their Discord channel. They're communicating with people frequently.
Awesome.
They have come out and said, it's like, okay, these are like, frequently they'll say, okay, this is our plan to fix the problems that are still present, and they give you a time frame. They give you they'll do patch videos that say, okay, this is why we're doing this, this, and this. I think they're doing really well with community support. So that's where I would go.
Right on.
Cool. Best independent game. I don't see any world where Clair Obscur does not win this. If Clair Obscur does not win this, we are in the worst timeline.
Well,
and which sucks because like Blueprints is amazing, Hades 2 is amazing, Silk Song I've heard is amazing, but it just I don't think they compare to Clair Obscur.
Yeah, the scope of that game. And
Yeah.
just best. I mean, probably.
Yeah. Oh, and we got best debut indie. Now, again,
I've heard really good things about Dispatch, and if they
I have
want to
too.
give it to something multiplayer, and want to give it to something that multiplayer streaming,
well, Dispatch isn't multiplayer.
I thought it was.
No,
I thought it had
it's-
the well, not multiplayer, but I thought it had chat interaction that works with it.
I don't know. I'd have to look into that. But one thing that's notable about this game, or about this category, is Megabonk was originally in this category. A Megabonk is actually a game that I want to play. It's like a 3D Survivors like, which is just wild. It just looks like it really looks fun. And it's just crazy the kind of stuff you can do. It was originally in this category. The developer actually asked them to withdraw it, though, because even though this is his first game under this current name, he has developed and released games under other names. So he's not technically a debut indie developer, even though this is technically a new name for the developer. Again, I don't think there's any way Clair Obscur doesn't get this, which again sucks because Blueprints is great, Dispatch is great. I've recently as of like 2 days ago got Dispatch, and I've already played through all of it, and it is an amazing story. It really is. I still personally don't think it compares to Clair Obscur.
Megabonk was withdrawn? That's crazy.
Yeah. It was withdrawn by the developer. The developer actually contacted them and asked them to withdraw it.
Yeah. Why?
Well, because he even though this is his first
because Clair Obscur.
Well, no, because he's developed games under different names. So for the developer, even though it's a different name for his LLC or his company or whatnot, it's not his first game that he's developed. So he's explained that. So it wouldn't be a debut indie for him, for whoever the developer is. So that's why he asked him to withdraw. Yeah, I mean that's very transparent of them too. To say, because he could have gotten away with it. He could have said it's like instead it's like this is a new company, or it's a new name for the company or whatever.
Wait! I'm also John Doe.
Yeah, it's like actually this isn't my first one, so that's. We could probably skip the next 2 categories. Best mobile game. I haven't played any of those. I don't really care. Best VR AR game. I have not played any of these. And
Alien's gonna probably take that.
I get either that or Deadpool. I don't know. I haven't played any of these, so I couldn't say. Best action game. This could be up in the air. I personally kind of want Hades 2 to win. and by kinda I mean I absolutely want Hades 2 to win. Uh, will it? I
have
don't know,
nostalgia
but
for Ninja Gaiden, but
I have a well,
it's a
I
whole
can't even
different
say I
game
have a
than it
history.
was.
I heard way back in the day, like whatever Ninja Gaiden was on, like the original Xbox or Xbox 360. I can't even
NES.
remember.
Yeah,
Well, no, like
I had it on NES.
yeah, I didn't get
I
that
had
far.
it from back in the day.
Yeah, I think it was like Xbox 360 or something like that. I heard, oh, it's like, okay, I've heard this is a difficult game and everything like that, but you know, that if you like learn how to do the moves and everything like that, you can get past it. I didn't get past the first boss, not because the boss was hard, but because the camera was atrocious. The boss of the game was not the boss, it was the camera. And it just pissed me off so much. I got rid of it, never played another one since. It's like that's the only experience I've had with Ninja Gaiden, and it was not a good one. So I don't really care
Love
about
that
it,
game
honestly.
growing up. As far as action game for me, and I'm an old schoolist, but I love the game. It's probably next to Death Stranding.
Yeah,
To the one I've played the most is Doom.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like I said, I hope Hades 2 wins this one. And also, one thing I actually appreciate about this website is the fact that they give you a definition of what the like how they define what's nominated in that
Right,
category.
right.
Yeah, so for this one, the best game in the action genre focused primarily on combat. The reason that's a good thing is because the next category is action adventure. For the best action adventure game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. So that's what the distinction is. And for this one, I personally don't think there's any competition. It should be Split Fiction. I mean, just not just the it's like the puzzle solving is not necessarily easy, but it's intuitive. It's like without having to over tutorialize everything, they give you a
Yeah,
couple
but
basic
Hollow
things.
Knight is so good at this.
Maybe
It is so good at this. It's what it's for. Like it is
yeah,
defined by this genre.
yeah. Okay, let me rephrase that
It's
then.
just
I
all
want
it
Split
does.
Fiction to win.
Yeah. I want the Indiana Jones game to be good enough to win, but I don't know that it got there.
Yeah.
I want
I've
someone to go
only
back in
seen
time and keep
snippets,
them
though.
from making that Suicide Squad game 3 years ago.
Ugh, yeah.
I paid
Oh.
money for that.
Yeah, I'd be
On
curious, but I
purpose.
think it's probably between Hollow Knight and Split Fiction.
Yeah. Of the two, I hope
I
Split
could see
Fiction
Split
wins,
Fiction.
but yeah.
If Hollow Knight's gonna get one, it that's where it's most likely to get it.
Probably, yeah. Oh, all right, next one, best RPG. Again, I don't see any way that Claire Obscure loses this. I don't see any way that that's going to happen. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Well, I'm not surprised Monster Hunter Wilds made it in there, but seeing the reaction of people I know, like my son, very invested in, pre-buying that and everything, kind of
Yeah, I've heard a lot of buyer's remorse about
not,
Monster Hunters.
yeah, little
Yeah.
same old, not really moving forward. So I don't think it's gonna get best by any means. Best fighting game. I'm not a
Yep.
fighting game.
Yep, I have
person.
not heard any. Like
do
the
you
only thing
got?
that I've heard is that there's actually only one of these games that's actually out, and that's like an original game, which I don't even remember. I think it's 2XKO. I think was it. But like the rest of them are like it's either a collection or a game that's not out yet.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Because the Mortal Kombat is literally.
Yeah, it's
At least they didn't have the one from like the Switch in there with that version where it was like,
jeez.
oh, you wanted $70 for this.
Yeah. I don't remember which game it was, but I'm not invested in any of them. I both enjoy occasionally and horribly suck at fighting games.
Mash the buttons.
it doesn't work most of the time.
See, like the only time I enjoy them is on an actual arcade machine. Like,
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't
it's like,
know.
or
That's
if
when they
I'm
were at
playing
their
against
height.
people who are equally as terrible as I am. It's like the only
Yeah.
fighting game that I've actually enjoyed for the fighting element, for the most part, has been Soul Calibur. Because they have methods of being able to get out of combos and stuff like that. But like, I love Marvel vs. Capcom, that series. I am awful at it, and I hate the fact that it's like, it's not even about going back and forth. It's about, okay, I'm going to make up this combo that takes you from full health to 0 without you being able to do anything. And it's just like, whoever gets that opening just wins.
Yeah.
And it's like,
So
I
Have
can't
fun getting
stand that.
trapped in the corner while I do the same move.
Yeah. Yeah, it's insane.
Fine, Billy. You get your own ride home.
Best family
So I
game.
think the next one is a no contest. I think Donkey Kong gets this one.
Yeah, of all of the games on here, I think Donkey Kong's the one that's gotten the most positive buzz for it. I don't think Split Fiction should be in this genre. I don't think it should be considered a family game.
No,
No.
I don't either. It's two people. It's got like psychological
Yeah, it's
trauma
about
and shit in the story. Like,
yeah, it's about these two people dealing with childhood trauma that, like, you in one of the first levels you get to see these knights get literally instigated by trolls. There's like blood splatter on the ground.
like
And
it's great family game for like Scott and Carter when it's your adult children,
yeah,
right?
but it's like if
But
it was like me and my
Family
10-year-old,
to
no.
me, no, and family game to me, like that's why for so many years our consoles were always we stuck with the Nintendo and the Wii and the GameCube because Nintendo had the things that were family games you could play,
Yeah.
at any age and together, like Mario Party stuff, um, and Bonanza is really great.
Yeah.
Holy moly!
I've heard a lot of good
Even
things
your
about
little
Bonanza.
kids just really enjoy watching it and recognizing characters, and it really feels like the kind of the Galaxy
Yeah.
play wise and the collections, and it hits all the right notes for like a family play game.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, next
I didn't
category.
even know Lego did that stuff
Yeah.
this year. So
All right, best sim or strategy game. Best game focused on real-time or turn-based simulation or strategy gameplay, irrespective of platform. The two that I'm the most interested in this category are Tempest Rising and The Altars. Tempest Rising, I've heard people say, is a lot like classic Command and Conquer. And one of my favorite, like my two favorite RTSs are Command and Conquer Red Alert, basically that whole series, and StarCraft. Oh, and I've heard, like I said, I've heard Tempest Rising channels a lot of the classic Command and Conquer vibes. The Altars, I know we saw a trailer for that, I believe last year, and it looks really interesting to me. It is still on Game Pass. I still have to pull the trigger on actually playing it, but those two are the ones that interest me the most. The one that I've heard probably the most buzz about has been Final Fantasy Tactics. The other three I've heard nothing about really.
well, as much as Civ is great and Civ is wonderful and Civ is iconic, it didn't do enough new and different. Like actually, we just deleted it recently to make space for something else.
Yeah.
So
if I had to choose one that I would want to win,
like I would put Civ if the category was best sim strategy game of all time.
yeah, it'd
Like,
be like,
Civ
for me it'd be
still
like
gets
Civ
that.
4.
Yeah, like but Civ in general kind of gets that, but I don't think for like right now
Yeah.
that's hitting.
Yeah. Oh,
Sports.
I don't know. I kind of wanted the Altars to win that category.
Okay, I don't know anything about that, so.
Yeah.
The sports ball with the footballs.
Why is it
So-
the altars? Why is it spelled that way? I gotta look at this game.
Oh, because basically what you're doing is you're alone on you're stranded on this planet by yourself, but you have like cloning technology and a quantum computer that allows you to create alternate versions of yourself as if
so
your past was
survival
different.
games don't have a separate category, is what you're saying. All right.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that one's kind of interesting to me because like you said, you have to kind of like make alternate versions of yourself. You have to choose like, okay, where in my history am I going to make this character or this version of me diverge? So it's like, okay, this version of me decided to go to medical school. It's like he becomes a doctor. So completely different personality from that point on, but it's still technically you. He's still a clone.
That's a weird. This is a weird category to me.
Yeah.
Like sim strategy and survival strategy are very different
Yeah.
to me. So
Yeah.
seeing these all together is a little odd.
Yeah, the only two games in sports and racing that I've heard of or heard any buzz about or seen has been Mario Kart World and Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. I've heard good things about both. I've not gotten a chance to play any of them.
Crossroads is amazing. Crossroads is, and my son, we played the demo, and he bought like the full-on bells and whistles set, and I went over there, and it was like, scoot over.
Right on.
Yeah.
It's a great time, and
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the first one they've done, but this one really, I mean, not just the players that are licensed from like, other companies that you can use, but as far as like the overall gameplay and controls is like, I mean, this is probably going to be one of the better ones of that series.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Really well done.
Yeah. All right, best multiplayer. For outstanding online multiplayer gameplay design, including co-op and massively multiplayer experiences, irrespective of game genre or platform. We got Arc Raiders, Battlefield 6, Elden Ring, Night Ring, Peak, and Split Fiction. As much as I want Peak to win something, I think this goes to Split Fiction. I think the multiplayer experience in that is phenomenal.
I would rather give it to someone that could have more players than 2.
True, but yeah.
Well, there's this thing.
2 barely fits multiplayer.
It's multiple players.
And you have to. You can't play it alone. Like
Yeah.
those are 2 things that is like, oh man, come on.
Yeah.
That's like Alien and Aliens.
Yeah. Well, of any of the other ones, if it's not Split Fiction, I do think it should go to Peak. Peak is such a fun experience. Just hilarity ensues. Or sometimes terror ensues when you get side blasted by the
Or somebody pushes you off a cliff.
Well, that too, or where you get like just blindsided. That's the words I was trying to combine. Blindsided by the Scoutmaster out of nowhere, which I have a clip of, and it was terrifying.
Oh, did you clip it?
Yeah,
Awesome.
I got a clip of it. And the
Shawn
thing is,
abandoned me in that game for so long, just went off
Yeah.
without me and Jess. Like, and if you take off and abandon your crew for long enough, this horrible monster comes and takes you out. It was awesome.
So what was funny was if you
I didn't
look
know
at
there were bad guys in this. I'm
Yeah.
already dead and I'm a ghost and I'm watching Shawn get destroyed by this horrifying undead scoutmaster.
Hilarious.
I'm like,
Sorry.
What's
Cool.
funny is if you look like a minute earlier on my stream, there's this little cave off to the right, and I see something come out of there, and it was just a glimpse of it, and I look back on the stream, and it's like, yeah, that was definitely the Scoutmaster jumping down, and I go over there, I look around, I don't see anything. It's like, okay, that was kind of weird because I think they added zombification to the game too, so maybe I thought it was maybe with that. So I just go around, keep on doing my stuff. And then I don't hear or get anything about the Scoutmaster. I actually see the achievement pop up, come up in the bottom of the screen that says, you survived a one-on-one encounter with the Scoutmaster. It's like, what? And then I look down as I'm climbing this wall, and he is climbing up right behind me. And it was like, it was a good life. But anyway,
I did fine.
yeah, I think if it doesn't go to Split Fiction, it should go to Peak. Oh, I've heard mixed things about a lot of these other games. So, oh, and to the category that Theo was waiting for, best adaptation.
Oh,
One of these should not be in this at all because it's not an
and
adaptation, and that
and
is
I
Until
think
Dawn.
correct.
Yeah.
That is wow. Like I took a shot on that. Like okay, I'm gonna watch it. Like I'm a pretty open-minded cat, especially when it comes to cinema and like video games. I get that they're gonna change stuff, and then it was like, oh my Lanta, like why did you even call it that?
Yeah. Yeah.
It
It
is
it is not at all like the game at all in any
no,
respect at all,
and
other than they say
it
Until Dawn at some point.
yeah, like the
That's it.
concept of saying adaptation. And it's literally like me memorizing a Taco Bell menu and saying I know Spanish. Like, yeah, you can kind of say that. Doesn't mean what you think it means because you thought it was
Oh,
something else, even though it was a pretty clear guideline of what it was supposed to have been.
Yo
yeah.
And
quiero Until Dawn.
what's even worse, what until done, spit on him.
Yeah.
And what's worse, not just the name association being completely wrong, like it's not a good movie. It is
Yeah.
so cliche ridden, and it is there's nothing to buy into. There's nothing to really feel anything for. The game, of course, is completely different. And it is literally a case of going, somebody said they would take my game and make a movie, and they gave me money. The fact that they talked about a sequel, I'm like, you, the
Yeah.
people who made this movie and think it was good are the very people you meet on the street when it's snowing and they go, "Is it cold enough for you?" And you just want to sock them in the face.
Yeah, I mean, at least in regards to Until Dawn, the category should be best abomination, not adaptation. Uh,
So
uh,
it's not just bad in the sense of like they set out to try something and it ended up not sticking the landing. See, I'm actually okay with those because it's like
yeah,
you gave it a shot. You shot your shot and you missed, but you shot your shot. There is stuff in this movie that I have seen even mediocrely done better in 20 other movies.
yeah,
Like I cannot help but to think like somebody sat there and was like, "Oh yeah, this is nailed it." I'm like, no,
no.
no.
I
So
mean, yeah,
in this category, though, I think I think our winner, in my opinion, would be Last of Us season 2.
I can't. I could assume. I have not watched a single episode of Last of Us. I never played the games. My life is already dour
It's
enough. I don't need
good.
to contribute to that.
It's
Uh,
good. I
For,
mean,
it is
Pedro.
for
All you
my
gotta
money.
say,
It's Devil May
Pedro.
Cry. Devil
Really?
May Cry. Oh yeah. So I I remember seeing and I like The
I don't know.
Last
I
of
guess
Us.
I
My
don't know enough of
girlfriend.
the game to make the comparison.
yeah,
No,
So
I gotcha. So as far as like from the adaptation, but and that term definitely being operative, not like Taco Bell to Till Dawn.
yeah,
Um, they got so much of it right, but also it's not live action; it's anime. But what's so funny about it is that my son came over and we did like barbecue and we were stoked for it because we're both fans. But what's so great about it is they know their audience. It is 6 or 7 episodes in like 20 minutes. We went through the entire first season between ribs and cheesecake. And what's so great about it is that you can tell not just from the storytelling and not just from the way it's executed. They knew. It's not like Until Dawn where it's like we'll just slap the name on there. The people who did this were like, okay, we know what that title means. It's not just a package on the box.
yeah.
Um, I enjoy The Last of Us, and I think very much. I love the first season. Second season's really good. My girlfriend's a huge fan because she likes that Pedro Pascal, and and I mean, adaptation-wise, I think they did an amazing job with that. Even with the changes they made, like the spirit of what the games are and what they were going for, they captured very well. For my money, as far as like you took
Anyway,
what
it
was
looks
in the
like
game, you
anime
knew
I
the
wanna watch,
assignment,
so.
and you nailed it. It's for me, it's Devil May Cry.
The only one of these that I've seen any length of has been the Minecraft movie, and I didn't like what I saw, so I don't know.
I
Oh,
liked
that's
it.
bad.
It was stupid fun. It was entertaining.
Well, one of those
I don't
descriptive
think
words
I
is
would call
true.
it a great.
Uh,
I don't think I don't think it would. I would find it to be an adaptation of the game in any way
Yeah.
that, like, was related. It was
I wish I
the
took
game was a
MDMA before I watched
vehicle.
it. Then it would have been entertaining. But like by itself, I was like,
I was entertained,
oh.
but
Yeah.
I mean,
I love Jack
it's
Black and I like The Rock,
indeed,
and it
it's
was
silly fun. If
funny.
you,
It was
it is
funny.
silly fun.
I
And
wish that the message. I mean, the message was there too, though, about like it being creative and doing what you want, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they kind of overblew it with this like good versus evil about it. It just didn't hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't hit. It was just a commercial grab.
It was fine.
But it was fun. It was entertaining. But I
At least
wouldn't
nobody screamed in the theater by me going
I
chicken
would
Johnny, because I
definitely
would have nailed them.
not call it a best adaptation of
Yeah.
the game and what it's about, because you can't with that game.
Yeah.
The game's not really about something that much
That's true.
Yeah.
that you need for the plot of a movie.
Yeah.
But anyway,
And from
most
now on, it's not
anticipated is
until
a stupid category.
yeah. I mean,
For
it's
an award
a little
show,
iffy.
that's stupid. That's like
It's a-
who put out the best trailers so far.
It's a little iffy, yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's part of. I mean, part of it being an adaptation is like, yeah, you want to stick to the spirit of, but you're not going to get everything right. And from
Yeah.
now on, I think we should properly call that movie, instead of Until Dawn, Until Yawn.
The problem is that would be almost immediate. So it
That
would be more
joke's
like
locked and loaded.
it would be a competition to see who would yawn last. So yeah.
It's just a movie that doesn't give a rat's. I mean, that's just the
Yeah.
way I see it. It's one and I'm one of those people. It's like, yeah, I mean, I've seen some adaptations they've pulled off, and even some adaptations from games where it was better than you expected. But once again, if you're not gonna try,
Yeah.
don't. That's what I got out. It felt very typical horror-esque, especially for this timeline, if you will. Like what like what people consider most good horror movies, and it's like, no. You want to watch a horror movie? It's called Faces of Death. Even though most of that stuff was orchestrated, it's like that's horror. Silent Night, Deadly Night. Go do that.
Yeah.
I
And
lost
our-
a pastor.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, our last category. It's been a very long show, but most
Indeed.
anticipated game.
I think it's a stupid category. Let's go back to the beginning because we skipped the first.
Oh
one.
yeah, that's right. Yeah. If any of these, I'm actually for me personally, I'm most interested in Marvel's Wolverine.
It's
I
so
will say,
subjective. I don't know.
Yeah,
for my
I mean,
money, the 007 looks really great, and I love that they are treating it. I mean, obviously, Amazon is doing the movie version and whatever series they might do, but they've really set this up as like the genesis of Bond, not just being 007, but going into the service and
Yeah.
kind of learning spycraft. And that seems
Yeah.
to be what they're shooting for. For my money, I think it looks great, and especially considering it's been a while since we've had a Bond game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to top GoldenEye and 64, of course, because nothing ever will. But
Wolverine looks
Yeah.
cool. I'm
And
always down for
it's
some
from
Witcher.
Yeah, I've never played a Witcher game. I've rarely ever played a Resident Evil game. I've heard the Spider-Man
Rob
games are
plays all the
fantastic.
Witcher
So
games that I watch, believe it or not.
yeah. All right, so September was right. We never went back to Game of the Year because I think that's the best place to finish, not start. Claire Obscure, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silk Song, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Again, I don't see any world where Claire Obscure doesn't take this.
Yeah, I really don't. And I feel like we went through all this, and now I don't see like I would love Death Stranding is cool, and I would like to see it get something, and it's just not gonna.
No.
I think Claire Obscure takes this.
Yeah, and not to say that like these other games are bad, but they're just like they just picked the
they're-
wrong year.
It was a good
What
year.
they got to compete with.
Yeah,
Such a good year.
yeah. So I think Claire Obscure takes Game of the Year. Yeah, I personally don't see any way that it doesn't. And that's me though. But anyways, that has been a very, very long episode today. But those are predictions, what we think about the Games Awards that are coming out on Thursday. So yeah. But yeah, let's go ahead and close this show out. Everyone, like I said, join us next week. We're going to be talking about a post Games Awards discussion. So we're going to see what actually won. And also more importantly, we're going to be talking about like all the previews and trailers and stuff like that, all those little features as well. And we're also probably going to see what kind of craziness Flute Guy gets up to, because I'm sure he's going to be there too. And we'll see if someone storms. We'll see if someone runs on the stage and yells something about Bill Clinton again. I don't know. I mean, hopefully they've gotten the security up good enough to take care of that. But everyone,
Never know.
yeah. Thank you for listening. If you like what you've heard and would like to help us out, a few ways you can do that are by giving us a review over on Apple Podcast. You can follow my YouTube channel for our live recording Sunday nights starting at 9:15 Eastern time. Eastern time. Yeah. I can't just let go. I just got to repeat it and make sure everyone hears it, apparently. Or you're leaving us a tip over on our Ko-fi. If you'd like to contact us, you can with our email, parttimegamers.cast@gmail.com. Or you can join our Discord channel. You can find the show and links to everything around it using the link bit.ly/CI Productions. Ember Pert, where can people find you around the internet?
Oh, the easiest thing to do is go to 9of12.com. That's NINEOF12.com. It'll point you to all my projects.
And Theo, where can people find you? Preferably around the internet. That's safe for work.
I was going to say, in real life, it's in those dark alleys where the buses don't run. Currently, not much of anywhere. I've taken a break from some stuff, so you can find me here. I hope to get things going back like in the next week or two. I've been working like 3 jobs, so I've been a preoccupied fella. Yeah, because Christmas.
Well, yeah. All right, but everyone, until next time, we are the Part-Time Gamers clocking out.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.